The mystery for today's video is it a makeup promotional ad or an ad for a hentai movie? Watch and find out! Hello beautiful people! Hi! Welcome to my channel, and if you're a stranger and you don't want us to be strangers anymore, my name is Mia and this is My Virtual Vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we are quite critical of it. And boy are we critical in my I'd like to say weekly, but I'm not consistent, buy it or deny it, which is a video series in which I roast new makeup releases and drool over those that are worth drooling over. This type of series was popularized by the ever so lovely Samantha March with her Will I Buy It series. I'm gonna link that down below, as well as the creator playlist that she so kindly created for us. So if you're interested in more videos like this, you can go check that out. Without further ado, let's get down to business. Let me put on my reading glasses because your girl is blind as a bat. Problem is that I have everything written down here because I'm like low tech like that, and even if I keep the paper, let me show you. So like this distance I can't read, this distance good, and I can't spend the whole video like this because it's rude. Glasses on, business mode on, let's get down to roasting. Violet Voss is coming out with a new palette called the Sugar Crystals palette. This is retailing for $42 and it is available and has been for like a week or so. Now this palette is absolutely beautiful. I would say it is a rainbow palette with a twist where you have 3 rows in higher levels of luminosity as you go down. So you've got a very saturated, more pastel tones, and then at the very bottom, something that seems very shimmery, eyeshadow toppery like, which I want this palette, but Violet Voss doesn't ship internationally, and I don't even know if I would really need such a palette. I simply just want it because it's shiny and pretty. If you guys are interested in this, my friend Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner has a review and a look up with it if you're interested in how it performs. But honestly, this is really beautiful, really magical. This is like Barbie and Fairytopia aesthetic. Call out to those who grew up on those Barbie movies. Like, I tried doing a rewatch of them recently and the animation did not hold up. Like, my young self thought that was the epitome, the peak that 3D would ever reach, and they were so realistic, and now I'm kind of like, why are they moving like this? Sugarpill is coming out with a new Pretty Poison lipstick colors. These retail for $18 and Sugarpill is really tempting me with all of these crazy colors because I keep wanting to buy them. I keep talking myself out of them because I'm not into liquid lipsticks and I don't know how much use I would get out of them. But I want them, but I don't need them, but I wanted them, but would I even use them? And it's like, why am I having an existential crisis over liquid lipstick out of all of the dumb shit that I could have a crisis about? Anyway, the new shades are Nectar, which is a soft coral with a pink and gold sparkle, Bliss, which is a blue-based pink with turquoise sparkle, Gravity, a rosy taupe with purple and gold sparkle, and Hydra, teal with turquoise and gold sparkle. And as you can see, there's a theme, aka lots of turquoise sparkle. Colored Raine is coming out with a new collection on March 8th, which I believe has gone and passed. I think that by the time I'm posting this, it will be like the 10th or the 11th of March. This is called the Safari Raine collection. You've got a $39 palette, lipsticks which are $15 each and are the following colors: dark brown, dusty rose, red terracotta, and 2 brushes and some fake lashes. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. It gives me all of the jungle lush, tropical forest, give me a machete to cut through all of this greenery vibes, like Indiana Jones gone glam, like Lara Croft decided to do her makeup in a lush jungle forest. Like, this looks so badass, so on point with its aesthetic, so gorgeous. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick this up anytime soon. I'm gonna put it on my wish list. I'm gonna think about it for a couple of months, see if I still want it. If I still want it, I'm gonna get it, because I feel like I may already have all of these colors separately in other palettes, but not put together like this. So I really have to think through if I want this palette because of its inspiration and like an object d'art where it's beautiful as it is arranged, or if I want it for the individual colors. And if it's the latter, then I don't need to buy it because I probably already have them. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense, but I do try to think things through and not get a lot of duplicates in my collection. Milk Makeup is coming out with a Hydro Grip Primer, and this might be the very first product that is making me really sad that Milk isn't yet available in my country. As far as I know, I could get it from like Cult Beauty and the such, but I always postpone ordering from international sites because to get free shipping I need to make a higher order, like $40–50. So you know, I gotta get more items at once. But you know what, hydrating everything, I'm all for it. And this apparently has the following: cannabis seed oil to hydrate, blue agave extract smooths skin texture and helps makeup longevity, and it is oil free and silicone free. I already have plenty of hydrating primers. I just want this because it's cool. It's green. And it looks like some sort of type of like hydrating potion, which I absolutely love, so I really want this. Tarte is coming out with a new palette which seems to be sea-based. It's got like some turtles on it or some such. I actually like this color scheme. Tarte might have actually come up with something interesting for once, but they're still cancelled though. At least they're still cancelled in my book, so this palette won't be for me. The thing is, Tarte is a train wreck brand that cannot help being more and more train wrecky. Like, they fuck shit up, and then I don't know what the hell their public relations team is doing, maybe snorting crack cocaine of a Subaru or something, God knows what. But always to drama, their replies are the most unaware and tactless shit you could listen to. And then they've added a couple more shades to their Tarte Shape Tape foundation, and they were like, you asked, we listened. And I'm like, it's 6 months late, what are you doing? Like, if they would have just said, we are gonna come out with darker shades later, something happened during the formulation, we wanted to make sure we got the undertones right, like some sort of, like, I work in IT, yeah, and I also am very customer forward based, and you gotta learn how to bullshit people, because you can't say whatever comes through your head, even if it's true, even if it's true that you did not think to create those shades. You don't do that, or you don't just, and if you put like a bullshit excuse, don't make it too bullshitty. Make it just make it something that would appease people. And Tarte just does not have that ability in the slightest. They're the most middle-aged, unaware, white suburban mom type of brand there is, and I just, one pretty palette ain't gonna change my opinion on them. Anastasia Beverly Hills is making a waves, feeling tropical with their new Abh Riviera palette, already available retailing for $42. This is a beautiful palette, but people kept saying that the packaging does not properly match what is inside. So you've got this stripy, how do you pronounce? Okay, this should be a simple word and I don't know how to pronounce it. Marine, marine. Is it even a word in English? Fuck it, like something that has seaside vibes with those beautiful white and blue stripes, and then the inside is very tropical. Norvina said that it was inspired by, you know, the Riviera, Saint-Tropez, whatever, that kind of type of seaside vibe. And I'm like, Norvina, I don't know if you know this, but we are poor, and so the packaging to us does not match the inside because we do not go to the fucking Riviera, Havana, Côte d'Azur, Hon, Baguette, fancy places that you go to. To us, those stripes are just a simple seaside. Whites, blues, greens, maybe some yellows for the sand, something like that. Maybe red for some sunburn if you're like me. Not the tropical, party, effervescent aesthetic of rich people's seaside. But aside from that beautiful palette, beautiful color scheme, I heard it's really good. I'm not gonna pick this up. And you wanna know why? Because I already have all of those shades. And I don't need to pay $42 to get all of those shades all over again in the ABH formula. But it is a beautiful release. People have been saying for a while that they want color, they want fun, they want intensity. Anastasia Beverly Hills listened. So, you know, good release, just not for me right now. Glow Recipe is coming out with a Watermelon Glow Hydrating Mist, $35, which has 84% hyaluronic acid, watermelon, and hibiscus extract. I want this. I don't know where the fuck to get it. It's $42, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I want it because it looks cute. It's pink. It's got watermelon scent probably, and hibiscus extract and hyaluronic acid. But do I really need this? I probably don't. Will I get it? Probably not, because the hassle to get it to Romania would be just too annoying. But still, I want it. It's such a nice release. Morphe came out with a palette that I actually like, even though I don't know why I like it, because it's 50 Shades of Brown again. This is the 35G Bronze Goals Artistry palette, and why do I like this? I don't understand what it is that attracts me to this palette, because technically, as I said, it's the standard fare, 50 Shades of Brown, 50 Shades of Beige. I'm thinking it's because it's shiny. And it reminds me a bit of like sand in the summertime and all of that stuff, which is absolutely ridiculous. And honestly, this palette, you could cut it in half or even in like a quarter and it would still showcase that aesthetic. But as usual, Morphe just doesn't know when to stop and just puts very similar shades in the same palette. Not sure about the price point, but it's Morphe, it's affordable. Not gonna get it, but I like it. I hate myself for liking it. Now, something interesting that I might have it available in stores, and so it would be really easy for me to try out, is this new Maybelline foundation. It's their Urban Cover Dream Foundation, which has SPF 50, vitamins E and B3, and it says that it defends against pollution with full coverage, coming out in April, May. Now, I'm not really a full coverage girl, but this sounds interesting because of the SPF and those vitamin extracts, that anti-pollution thing. I might give it a go. I hope I can find my shade in store. I hope it doesn't come to Romania next year or something, because it sometimes happens. Like, for example, the Maybelline Puma collection, we got it relatively fast. But other stuff, we still don't have the Fit Me Loose powder, and I've been dying to try it out because everybody and their mother on YouTube raves about it, but I can't because it's not here. So what can you do? Ciate came out with a collab with Jessica Rabbit, our favorite Hollywood lady. We've got a palette which has neutral tones and purples, very in tone with what Jessica was wearing in the animated film. Got a highlighter with her face on it and a glittery red lipstick. this is such a well done collaboration. I don't really give a shit about it because Jessica Rabbit is fun, but it's not like I'm a huge fan. But I really gotta give it props for how well they stuck to the inspiration image. Jessica, like, her makeup was very glam, very sparkly. She had a purple smoky eye type of affair. She had red glittery lips. So it's very on point. Like, they didn't just take her image and slap it on something and be like, oh, this is the Jessica Rabbit palette, even though it has nothing to do with Jessica Rabbit. This is the Colourpop. Smashbox is coming out with a collab with the Hoodwitch. I believe I have mentioned this in another video, like maybe a few months ago, but back then there were just sneak peeks. And right now we've got pictures of the full collection. We have a highlighter, some glosses, an eyeshadow palette, which is the most boring thing I have ever seen given the theme, 3 primer waters, and a photo finish primer and moisturizer. I am grabbing that highlighter. It's just, I have a collection of gems and crystals, so this is very catered to my interests, and I'm going to grab that highlighter and look at it and think it's pretty and enjoy the packaging and enjoy the highlighter itself. And I can't wait to use it so much that the stone pattern on it rubs away. It's just, I can envision my life with one of those highlighters, and I like what I'm seeing. Let me actually show you a couple of my crystals. Wait. Okay, so I've got like 4 here that I want to show you. I've got many more, but these are my favorites. So because I'm a basic bitch, I've got a lot of amethyst. Many that are cut much tinier than this, but look at how pretty, just how pretty and purple this thing is. Come on. How can you not enjoy just looking at it? I've got this huge cut of citrine. Citrine is a variation of quartz. You know, quartz is usually a transparent or a milky white, but it has several variations such as green quartz, citrine, which is like orange quartz. It has rosy quartz, and like, I gotta catch them all, but citrine is my favorite because it's orange. And then I've got this thing which I forgot the particular name of, but it's called a desert flower or something like that. Let me, come on, focus. I forgot the particular name for it, but it's called colloquially desert flower, and it seems to be more of a particular rock formation than an actual crystal. It feels a bit more frail than the other stuff in my collection, but I love that it's got like these grooves and just really like it. Kind of looks like a bit of a pastry actually. And then we've got this, which is the most expensive thing in my collection. This is Titan Aura Quartz, and you can't find this in nature. It's actually a lab made, hence why it's so expensive, but look how pretty it is. See all of the different colors. I'm sorry, I'm done nerding out, but as you can see, I really love rocks and I want to get that highlighter really bad. JKissa came out with an e.l.f. collab. You've got a brown mascara, a blue eyeliner, and a pretty palette. The palette is $12, and this is available as of March 5th, so almost a week now. This is really pretty, but honestly, I probably have all of those colors in the BH Take Me Back to Brazil already. And I enjoy watching JKissa, but it's not like I'm her fan of life. And e.l.f. here is not as cheap as it is in the US, so I'm not sure I will bother getting this collection, but it's really pretty and really on brand for her. CoverFX is coming out with some ridiculously expensive booster drops that retail for $45, and you've got booster brightening drops which have vitamin C and E, porcelain flower extract and squalene, mattifying drops which have French pink clay and tea tree oil. My camera died for a second, but we are back. So they also have Superpower antioxidant with a mix of 25 nutrients and rich booster oils drops. That was a mouthful. We've also got SPF 30 booster drops, which have coconut fruit extract and antioxidants, and to me that kind of sounds like a fancy way of saying it's liquid sunscreen, and CoverFX is trying to play us like fools. But honestly, if this weren't so expensive, I would probably grab the brightening ones and the super power antioxidant yada 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 ones. But for $55, for $45, I am gonna go pick up some lemons from wherever, distill my own vitamin C extract, mix it with whatever alchemy I need to mix it in to create a booster drop, and I'm gonna make them myself for $45, okay? LoveLuxBeauty, an indie brand, came out with their Powerful palette, and this is a $50 palette, which these prices, are you seriously gonna charge me more than Anastasia Beverly Hills for your palette? Really? You're really gonna do that? Apparently the palette is really good. My friend Alexandria Sutton reviewed it, so if you're interested in that, you go watch her review. But $50 though? Why? When I could for $50 I could get like 15 custom singles and make my own goddamn palette. Seriously, what's wrong with those prices? Farsali is coming out with a rose gold skin mist. This is $39 and it comes out on March 12th. I like this because it's pretty. It's sparkly and shiny, and it's got gold flecks, and it's just the most useless bougie thing I've ever seen in the past week, but I'm not gonna get it, but I can appreciate it for how pretty it is. Colourpop came out with the green palette of everybody's dreams but mine, and this is called the Just My Luck palette. It's already available for $12, and I look like trash in these greens, so I'm not even gonna bother. Blue-based greens on me make me look sallow. I prefer yellow-based greens or khakis, but not those types of greens. Like, I could see maybe 1 or 2 shades that I would actively enjoy using. Blue-based greens are for my garden and not for my face. Kant, Vaccinate Them Kids, Kat Von D, came out with a new vegan love palette, and apparently 20% of the proceeds go to some sort of animal charity, which is really nice. But 80% of the proceeds go to an anti-vaxxer, so I would rather just go and directly donate my money to an animal charity or go to volunteer. Those swatches look patchier than some kid's skin with measles, which I guess is completely on brand because those also look dustier than a bunch of cremated children that died of completely preventable diseases. I was mad about anti-vaxxers from the very beginning that the movement started, but I am getting increasingly mad about this bullshit as more and more cases of children being in horrific pain and having preventable diseases that were eradicated, just more and more cases just pop up more and more. A child had to deal with 57 days of tetanus. Fucking tetanus! Do you have any idea how painful that infection is? Tetanus makes your whole muscular system seize up. The muscles can get so contracted that sometimes bone snaps and tendons get torn. A child had to go through that 57 days because his parents were too fucking dumb to vaccinate him, and all of that because he got a scratch on his forehead. And guess what? After the whole treatment, they got offered vaccinations for free, and the fucking dumbasses refused it. Why isn't this categorized as child abuse or child neglect or something? You cannot allow a child to live like this. at the mercy of every kind of plague that fucking 3/4 of London did not die because of dirty rats in the bubonic plague thing just so we could die of fucking smallpox. What is wrong with humanity? Okay, I'm calming down, I promise. Deep breaths. I peed my wallet because Nabla is coming out with more stuff in their close-up collection. We've got a pressed blurring powder, some brushes, and a sponge, which honestly, aside from the powder, I'm not interested in because I don't want to, like, I don't care for fancy brushes or sponges. I already have the stuff that works for me. But the thing that I'm most interested in is their new foundation. The close-up futuristic foundation comes out in 20 shades, and the gradient is okay. You've got light shades, medium tones, darker tones. There could be more shades to fill in the gaps between some of the shades there, but I'm biased. I love Nabla, and they've got an okay gradient. I'm not gonna give them so much shit because I'm so incredibly biased towards them. Feel free to roast me in the comments. There is no price point yet, and they're gonna come out sometimes at the end of March. Lime Crime is coming out with new blushes in a very pretty packaging. Lime Crime packaging, always on point. Can't really argue with that. Very pretty shades. We've got the green, which I personally wouldn't wear, but if you do that, you know, you do you, boo. There's some interesting purples, some beautiful rosy tones. Lime Crime is still on my maybe list, and I don't think this is the release that's gonna make me want to buy from them, but it's really pretty, so there is that. To end this episode on a high note, let's talk about the hentai thing that I was mentioning in the intro. So Nikita Dragon is coming out with Dragon Beauty, and the promo video is just the cringiest shit I have ever seen. Like, I don't mind the aesthetic of it, like the whole dark, sultry, purple, smoky, magical aesthetic, you know, that's up my alley. But the animation itself looks like a fucking bad hentai. Her ass is the size of 2 watermelons. Her waist, what are organs? What is the big and small intestine? Why would you need those? What's a full rib cage? We don't have that here, sis. If a dragon tried to swallow her whole, he'd kind of like choke up on the ass part, because those anatomical proportions are... And like, you've got this naked lady that I think is supposed to resemble Nikita come out of this pool, this mystical pool of magic or whatever, and she's got like an fucking Alien versus Predator tail going on, and she's like all wet, which, to be honest, the animation is shit, so she doesn't look wet. She just looks like fucking plastic coated in oil. And then she goes and finds this dragon egg that has the beauty product in it or whatever, and I'm like, how dare you make me look at this with my 2 good eyes? How dare you make me look at such bad animation? 80s anime has better animation that doesn't look like freaking tentacle porn hentai. Dear God, what was she thinking? If she had the exact same video, the exact same animation, but with better skin textures and with better movement of the animated character, as well as more realistic proportions, and I'm not saying realistic as in looking like the average woman, but like not with the waist like this and the ass like that, you know. It's just, it is not even in cartoons you have those kinds of proportion. It was just, it's an eyesore. I don't know what's happening with her aesthetic, but she needs to change animator. Concept, great. Animation, nah. Okay guys, this has been it. These have been the new releases in the past week and a half, I feel. Now, about this series, maybe I won't do it weekly. Maybe I'll do it once every... Would you fucking not? Maybe I won't do it weekly. Maybe I'll do it, you know, week and a half, 2 weeks, weekly if I really feel like it. I don't want to feel pressured anymore because I don't want my channel to be only this. I want my channel to be the things that I enjoy filming, and I do enjoy filming this, but it's annoying when I can see just 1 or 2 videos between 2 episodes of Buy It or Deny It. So from now on, I'm just gonna do these when I want to do them. So you can expect them, you can expect one at least every 2 weeks, that's for sure. At least every 2 weeks you're gonna get one of these, but otherwise, I'm just taking off the pressure off me and I'm gonna just do what I enjoy. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your opinions on the new releases are. If you want to grab something, if you want to roast something. I always love it when you guys leave me comments and we can chit chat and joke back and forth. So yeah, you guys go right ahead. Have a wonderful morning, evening, whatever it is where you're from. Bye.